Hi, welcome to High Growth with HTDC. I'm your host, Cindy Matsuki. HTDC stands for High Technology Development Corporation. We're the state's agency that is supporting and growing the tech community. We support innovation, entrepreneurship, and also manufacturing. So those are the things that we cover on the show. First off, I'd like to make some announcements before we meet our awesome guests. Tomorrow, March 26th, is Wetware Wednesday. This is our monthly software developer networking event. This is going to be our first morning Wetware Wednesday. Usually it's in the evening after work, but this is a morning event. It's going to be at the Microsoft store at Ala Moana from 7:30 to 9:30 a.m. So if you can get up that early and get out of bed, come join us. We're going to have the whole store to ourselves to play on all their stuff. So that should be fun. This month and next month, the Manoa Innovation Center will be hosting the UH Law School Spring 2014 Small Business Law Clinic in partnership with SBDC. So this is 45 minutes of free legal advice. So if you're interested, check out our site at htdc.org/clinic. Also, save the date, Saturday, April 26th. This is HTDC's Tech Fun Fair at Kahala Mall. It's a free event for the whole family, showcasing STEM from K through 12 all the way into careers. We're going to have some school programs, university programs, and tech companies, all with hands-on activities, so that should be fun. So save the date, April 26th. Also, I wanted to put a call out to SBIR Phase 1 winners. HTDC offers the state's matching fund grant for up to 50% of your Phase 1 award. So if that's you, if you've won a Phase 1 recently, please contact us at sbir@htdc.org. So, I wanted to introduce our guests today. We have some people from DevLeague. Woohoo! We have Jason Sewell, co-founder, and we also have Derek Ahn, hacker in training. Yay, part of the first class. So tell me, what is DevLeague?
So DevLeague is we're doing software development training in what's called a boot camp style. So right now our current format is that people come in and over the course of 12 weeks, dedicate pretty much all day, 6 days a week from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. to coming in and learning how to do, really software development and specifically web development, and focusing on a lot of really the more modern technology such as JavaScript, HTML5, CSS3. So really teaching skill sets that are in high demand right now for companies that are hiring.
11 hours a day.
Yeah, it goes by quick though.
Intense. Does it really? Does it really, Derek? Yeah. Okay, good. Why? Why did you start DevLeague?
I started DevLeague as a developer myself, and kind of wanting to transition from kind of where I was at previously. I had kind of been dabbling around some of the startup community a little bit, and even kind of looking professionally where I could go next. There was kind of saw a lack of place to go and a lack of developer kind of talent around me. So it was kind of a natural opportunity to really start building up some of the talent pool. Especially around kind of a lot of the startup talk. There's it's all. Well, it's not all, but there's a lot of talk about tech, right? As people want to build tech startups, but for all these kind of tech startups to kind of, they're all going to need developers or people to kind of build a product and scale. So really, that was kind of the driver. Was number one for something I wanted to do, to be engaging in kind of something I had a personal interest in, and then obviously something that kind of fit a need for the community as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
And where were you before this?
I worked for Outrigger Hotels and Resorts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Doing programming?
Yeah, I was their senior developer.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's totally different.
Yeah, very, very different.
So did you want to go out on your own and do your own thing?
I did. I was ready. Yeah, I mean, I'd kind of, been there for a while and really, I think I'd wanted to kind of start my own company for a long time and never really kind of had that striking moment of this is the thing I want to build. And really, I think it got to the point where that I realized that was where my interest was, and along with my partner Russell Chang, was we wanted, kind of we had this experience and we wanted to kind of pay back to the community and kind of share, some of our experience, kind of bringing up you know, younger talent and people to kind of, you know, continue to grow the ecosystem here.
Is this because it's not taught in school, or is that?
Yeah, what we specifically teach is, you know, in terms of kind of the more cutting edge, you know, technologies and frameworks is not traditionally what's taught. It's also in a much, you know, the demand for a lot of these skills right now is now, and people, you know, people want to fill these positions now. They want people to have these skills now. It's not traditionally taught, so it takes a long time for some, you know, potentially for some people to kind of go through some of the traditional paths and then kind of learn these things on the job or learn them at home. And so, you know, a lot of companies don't want to wait that long. They kind of want people that have these skills now. So what we're actually finding is a lot of people that have already gone that path. They've already been through college and they're kind of in a career path, and they're actually looking to transition into something that's you know, either higher paying or higher reward, or, you know, ultimately both. You know, a lot of people, they see kind of the demand in the market out there, and kind of where you know, every time they put out one of these top 10 lists of high demand you know, positions across the nation, is, you know, obviously always developers are in like top 3 or even a few different kind of different levels of it, you know, always in the top 10. So so really that's it. Is there's a huge demand there, and we're helping people get there fast, so they can kind of, you know, change their path and kind of improve you know, their career path and their you know, income, and at the same time companies, obviously, when they can hire these people and hire you know, and not have to onboard and train, and it helps them grow faster and kind of build product faster, and so it's kind of win-win. And if we can do all of that in Hawaii, then, you know, obviously that's good for the community as well. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. So it's hands-on building, so you just start building? Because I know at school is like a lot of theory and a lot of that kind of stuff. Do you guys go over that as well?
We do, but in kind of limited. So we don't lecture much. I mean, we it is like day one we're building, and we're writing code on day one, and so we still. I mean, we're creating software developers. I mean, we are focusing on the web. We're focusing on front end web development. Those are the specific skills, but we're creating software developers, and so we know that there's kind of this base foundation that makes people good at you know, any language, any platform they kind of go across, because they understand the foundation. So we do think that's still critically important to what makes good developers, and then at that point it's teaching tools, you know. So we're building a foundation. So, but we don't lecture much because attention spans are short, right? You're not going to remember all these words that somebody said to you. So we lecture a little bit, kind of introduce things, and then we go build in it. And really, our approach is, you know, it's kind of more muscle memory. It's, you know, for a lot of us that have been developers, we know that for all the stuff that we've read, the stuff that we remember really is the stuff that we've kind of typed a bunch of times or done, you know, repetitively. And it just makes, you know, kind of dealing with abstract concepts, you know, when you work through it and you kind of see that progression and get to the end, it's rewarding. It kind of sinks in a little bit more of how that works that way, and generally I think people remember it better that way. So.
Wow. That's great. Yeah. Sounds good. And I gotta ask, how much does it cost?
So tuition is $10,000. We're currently working with we work with Oahu WorkLinks for people that are unemployed, underemployed. If they qualify for their program, they have programs in place for grants for people that pay tuition that way. We also are working with a website called Upstart.com, which is basically a crowdfunding platform for people. So if you're kind of going into a high-paying field, or kind of really motivated and kind of have that go-getter mentality, people, you know, people kind of put themselves up for funding on the platform, and people are investing in the future of people as opposed to a product. And so, you know, if they think that somebody has a good chance of, you know, going on and making, you know, good income over their career, they have it's like 5-10 years that you have a return on income.
So it is an investment.
It is.
Where you're actually, and you're gonna get a return?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah. So you're investing in the power of people, essentially.
So basically, if you get onto Upstart, you have to kind of sell yourself. I'm imagining like a Kickstarter, but for people.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you have to show that, you know, really kind of that you are, you know, you are a product essentially that's going to be successful.
A good investment.
That's going to be a good investment, and so we're kind of, you know, already putting half the puzzle there, or half the pieces there, saying that, you know, people already know you're going into a high paying job, or high paying career path, and so if you can kind of sell yourself as a person, that, you know, not only am I learning these skills, but I'm going to go get this, and really these are kind of, you know, I think it's attractive to people, and I think to date they've had just short of 300 upstarts, what they call, and over like $2 million in backing. So it's, and we're actually one of 4 developer bootcamp schools that are part of the program. Awesome. So we were happy to be able to kind of put that together, and we're going to kind of keep looking for those opportunities to help people offset the cost of taking the course in any way they can.
And I heard there's a couple other programs, right? There's like a woman.
Oh yeah. I always forget that. So we have 2 scholarships actually. So we have a female hacker scholarship. So we're trying to get more women involved.
Awesome.
Me and Russell both have daughters. We kind of, you know, we care about their future, and so in an effort to kind of, you know, stimulate and kind of promote interest, there's we give 25% scholarship to a single female applicant per each cohort, each session, and we have 100% low-income scholarship. So for people, you know, that really have kind of the ability and the smarts to do it, and really just not the means, then 100% scholarship, and you know, we'd be happy to kind of take them in, and you know, and really, you know, put it at that point, give them opportunity to kind of learn skills and kind of take a big change.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Those are good. Those are great opportunities. We're going to take a quick break.
Okay.
Just to let you know, this is High Growth with HTDC. I'm your host, Cindy Matsuki, and my guests today are Jason Sewell, co-founder of DevLeague, and Derek An, hacker in training, student at DevLeague, and we'll be right back.
I'm Jay Fidel. That's Sharon Moriwaki of the Hawaii Energy Policy Forum. And every Wednesday we have Hawaii, the State of Clean Energy. We've been doing it for some time now, and we have some fantastic guests on there, unbelievable guests who give us insight into what is going on in a very complex, sometimes very confusing, sometimes very disappointing area of progress in the state. So we love doing this. We love meeting them. We love talking to them. We love having their ideas out on the table. So maybe, just maybe, we can all make some sense of what's going on. Sharon, what do you think?
I think that's absolutely correct. We enjoy ourselves meeting with all these people and hearing about the energy and the state of clean energy, and hopefully we advance clean energy for the state. So it's terrific. Join us.
Okay, it's every Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday is Energy Day. Every Wednesday, 4 to 5 p.m. Hawaii, the State of Clean Energy, here on Think Tech Hawaii. We'll see you there.
Hi, we're back. This is High Growth with HTDC. I'm your host, Cindy Matsuki, and my guests today are Jason Sewell, co-founder of DevLeague, and Derek An, hacker in training, student of the first class of DevLeague. So you had kind of mentioned that you're targeting people, or you think that people who are looking for career change or better potential career opportunities, this is your target audience. So based on your first class, has this been true?
Yeah, I mean, really, I think the number one thing we kind of look at in terms of what our target audience is we look for highly motivated people. I find that, you know, just to be so much more valuable than any kind of past experience and knowledge and stuff like that. And so we look at, you know, for people that, again, they're really motivated. They want to kind of change their direction professionally in their career, and are really kind of just willing to just go for it and kind of jump all in and really put it on themselves to learn as much as they can in a short period of time, and kind of and get to their goal quicker. So in terms of accomplishing that, absolutely. I mean, everybody that we have in the first cohort, especially being the first cohort, were exactly those people.
Yeah?
really wanted to kind of do it. You know, we're not afraid to kind of make the jump, and they've all kind of just, I mean, they came in from day one really just going for it. And I mean, we're there from 9 to 8, and a lot of times they stay past that. So that's personal motivation. That's them putting it on themselves, and they will see the reward for you know, kind of putting in that effort.
How big is your first class?
So we have started with 5 students.
Great. And Derek is one of them.
Yes.
So you were doing something before this?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Totally different.
Way different. Predominantly, my work experience is blue collar. So I was doing like 4 years as a butcher's apprentice.
Wow.
Lots of warehouse work. I was a sales rep at Verizon for a little while. So yeah, it was a complete turn.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And you're from here?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I entered the course with absolutely zero prior knowledge except a little bit of pre-course work that Jason kind of helped support and let me bug him on chat every once in a while and get me through it.
Wow, that's
So,
great.
Yeah.
How did you hear about DevLeague?
I think I got a Facebook ad, and I used to read in a lot of magazines about like developers, and I always fantasized, and that was real cool. Got the nerve to go down to one of their talks and met Jason, and kind of inspired me and motivated me to do it. And you know, we kept in contact, and I took the plunge.
Wow. No regrets?
I know, man. It's the best decision I ever made.
Yeah? So how's it been? Like what has the experience been like?
It's definitely the hardest thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah?
Yeah. Can honestly say in the last 2 months, I've probably learned more than I've ever learned in my whole life. So, yeah. You gotta say goodbye to your social life. Because,
For 3 months?
Yeah.
3 months you have no social life?
Yeah.
Holy cow. But it's been good.
Yes, man.
Wow. And so are you confident? Like, do you feel like you're going to be able to do what you want to do after this?
I hope so. I mean, they're definitely giving me the tools. Just really want to get more experience, you know, and a strong portfolio behind me. But definitely gave me the competency in the field and the tools available at hand. So.
And where do you see yourself after graduating?
I'm really not sure, but I hope to learn as much as I can while I'm here and even after.
Oh, very good. That's awesome. That is amazing. And how long were you working before you entered DevLeague?
Ever since high school, I've been working. Yeah.
Wow.
So.
Huh. I think that's great.
Derek is a perfect example of kind of even just what we're talking about is motivation. Is he actually showed up at our very first event that we did to kind of announce what we were doing. Again, like you said, with no experience, and it took us some time to actually get started. That whole time, he was taking the time on his own to learn at home what he could. He was studying. I actually would talk to him, like like he said, as we would kind of chat, and he would say, I don't feel like I'm kind of getting this, but I could tell that, I mean, just the words, I mean, the terminology he was using to talk to me, I could tell he had been studying, and like, this is not common, kind of common vocabulary that you're speaking with, and he kept doing that, again, the least I could do was kind of help him along, and then, again, it was motivation. He came in day one. I mean, he's been one of the hardest working. I mean, they're all hardworking, but I mean, he really, again, it comes down to that motivation, is that he really wanted this and really kind of have put in the time and the effort and so
wow.
Can't wait to see what's ahead.
Yeah. Are you guys working with potential employees?
Yeah, so we have what's called our employer network. So we're always kind of going out and making connections with hiring managers in tech companies, both locally and on the mainland. So really, that's teaching is only kind of half the program for us, and the other half is making sure that people are successful going forward. And so we can't promise people jobs, but we can do everything we can to kind of put them in the right position to be successful afterward, and kind of having these relationships where we can maybe get directly to people that are looking for these skills specifically, and not always have to kind of wade through HR and things like that, and matchmake, and kind of have you know, those relationships that we understand what these guys are teaching and we are interested in. So, and we're always constantly kind of working on that front and making new relationships. And
That's great.
Yeah.
And I read on your site too that you guys also teach the soft skills too?
Yes.
How do you,
yes.
how do you guys do that?
It's actually almost just as important as knowing language.
Definitely,
definitely. It's like Russell says, like coding is a team sport. It really is anymore.
So you don't think about it like that. You just think about like the programmer just...
Yeah, it's kind of that old mentality, right? Or that old stereotype
exactly.
of some guy sitting in a corner, and that's really not
talking to
at all
anybody.
like how software is built. The software, people, you have to work in teams, you have to be able to communicate your ideas, you have to be able to kind of communicate abstract concepts a little bit visually and work as a team to get to kind of the end goal in a timely manner, as well as building kind of what you had set out to build. And so, you know, that's just, you know, that's how software is built these days. And so, knowing how to whiteboard your ideas effectively, knowing how to communicate with others effectively, knowing how to work together, and understanding the dynamics of working with other people kind of in this environment. So that's, I mean, even the classroom, we have it set, it's not set up like a classroom where there's somebody standing up front lecturing. It's set up like a workplace where everybody has their workstations and you know, people have to come together and kind of pair program for a little while or go up on the whiteboard and you know,
Present.
not present, but hash out like, what are we going to do? How are we going to do it? What's the timeline? You know, all these, you know, there's a lot of day-to-day things that happen in the software shop that aren't just about coding. And so that's everything we do is really more teaching, you know, how to work, how software actually built, you know, with all these other kind of, again, soft skills and processes other than just writing lines of code.
That's great. That's good. What is DevLeague's biggest challenge?
DevLeague's biggest challenge right now, I think, is reach. We're a small company. We're starting small and kind of working our way from the ground up. Overall, I mean, everyone we've talked, I mean, almost everyone has really been supportive. So it's just, but I think in a large part for, you know, the greater population, probably it's a very small percentage that really even know that we're here and that we're an option right now and that we're doing what we're doing. So that's kind of our challenge right now, is to expand that reach and be able to, you know, for more people to kind of know that this is an opportunity that's available for them. And
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned that besides this totally immersive class, there's other options coming up?
Yeah. So we actually just this week announced that we're going to do a part-time session.
That's
so
great.
A lot of people have come to us, you know, over the last, you know, 6 to 8 months and said, you know, I really interested in what you're doing. I would love to do it, but I just can't. You know, I can't either quit my job for 3 months or I can't. You know, I have kids. You know, and these are very, you know, smart and motivated people. All those things we look for, but they just don't have. They can't accommodate that schedule. So you know, we're constantly. I mean, everything we're doing is kind of trying to build up the, you know, the community around us, and so we're listening to that, and kind of the more we talk to people and hear, you know, interest, that we'll try to respond to that. And so that was one of the first things, based on conversations we've had, is that people are okay with taking a little bit more time to get there, but they need something that's more reflective of their schedule and their commitments. And so this is our kind of first crack at kind of an alternate format. And then we're also just about to announce, but I can talk about it a little bit, is that we're going to do a Minecraft for kids coding camp this summer.
Awesome.
It'll be a week long, and so we have more information coming about that. So so you know, everybody's kids play Minecraft now, and you know, and what we, you know, part of a large part of our mission is to kind of improve tech literacy and really get that outreach into the younger areas too. So we have, you know, high school graduates coming out and really wanting to pursue, you know, tech jobs, and understand that it's something within reach, and you know, kind of have to be this rocket scientist to go into the field of tech. It's a wide field and very, you know, many different kind of levels and roles and that people can. So, you know, so Minecraft's already done half the job for us, is getting all our kids obsessed, and now, you know, we'll kind of leverage that to, you know, teach a little bit of higher education at the same time. So. Yeah, so for anybody that's interested, we have a contact form on the website, devleague.com, and then we'll be sending out some more information as that kind of falls.
And you guys are going to have some sort of intro sessions, right? Or like informational sessions?
Yeah. So we have ongoing sessions, again, kind of trying to get out and communicate kind of what we're doing and answer questions and things like that.
Great. And your next class starts?
The part-time session will start April 26th, and our next full-time boot camp is May 27th. And then,
awesome.
The Minecraft, I think June 2nd is what it's looking like.
Yeah. Is that full days or?
Yeah. So for a week, all day. You know, so
not 11 hours, right?
No, not boot camp style. More appropriate for kids.
That's good.
So,
that's like,
but you know, just like Combine Kids or something. But you know, learning something.
Awesome.
You know, at the same time and having fun. So.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Thank you so much for being on the show. Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll follow up. So that was our guests, Jason Sewell and Derek Ahn of DevLeague. If you need any more information, visit their site at devleague.com. This has been High Growth with H2DC, and I'm your host, Cindy Matsuki. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.